Friends, this is Dr. Mitesh Gala, presently teaching in Campion School. Today I want to share with you one incident, a real incident, which happened in the United States of America. This was in one of the magazines that I had read. A man in the evening time was sitting sipping his coffee and at peace of his mind. Suddenly a phone rang. He picked up the phone and the voice on the other side said, "Sir, we are from the city hospital. Your son has met with an accident. Please rush to the hospital as quickly as possible." The man started getting panic. He did not know what to do because his son was in the hospital. He immediately picked up whatever resources he had and the money and he moved out of the house. This man was not with lot of resources. So he didn't have a car or any transportation vehicle. So he immediately rushed to the highway. The moment he reached the highway, he was asking for lift, but no one was helping him. No car was stopping by. After lots of efforts, finally one car stopped. This guy asked, "Sir, where do you wish to go?" He said, "I want to go to the city hospital." So the man readily said, "Please jump in, I will drive you there." And the man finally got the lift. Once they moved, the man who was driving the car, he happened to stop at the petrol pump because he wanted to fill the petrol. But the other man whose son was in the hospital was really getting anxious. He did not know what to do because he wanted to reach to the hospital as quickly as possible. But petrol was must, so he controlled himself somehow. The petrol was filled and the man who was driving the car took the car little ahead and again stopped the car. This time, the other man whose son was in the hospital lost all his patience. The moment the other man stopped, he walked out of the car. And this guy whose son was in the hospital was furious. He immediately came onto the driver's seat, knocked the door. The other man, whose car it was, realized that my car is going to get robbed. He came running back and opened the door. This time when he opened the door, the man whose son was in the hospital pushed this man very hard and hit him with the door. The man fell down, the other man, and he was injured. And this guy whose son was in the hospital took the car and drove away. He straight away went to the hospital. He rushed to check where his son was. On inquiring, he met one of the nurse, and the nurse said, "Your son is still alive, but he is very serious. Don't worry, the doctor is on the way and the doctor is getting the required medications. If the doctor is here on time, your son will be saved." The man was getting more and more panic because the doctor was not coming out. The man finally gave up and he was about to explode. In the meanwhile, his son passed away. The moment son passed away, the man was completely taken aback. And after a few minutes, the doctor arrived. When the doctor arrived, this man got the news that the doctor has arrived. He got up and he was about to barge into the doctor. The moment he saw the doctor, what happened? He was very much shocked because the doctor was no one else but the same man who was giving him the lift. When the doctor saw this man, he quickly asked, "Where is your son?" The nurse said, "Sir, the child has passed away." The doctor was very angry. He straight away went to this man, held him by his collar, and he said, "It is you. You are the murderer of your son. I was rushing over here, but you pushed me." The man immediately asked the doctor, "But why did you stop again at the petrol pump?" The doctor said, "I stopped at the petrol pump because there was a medical store over there. And in that medical store, the required medicine was available. I had called the medical store and I had told them to keep that medicine ready for us. But you pushed me away, after which I did not get any more lift. And I took a lot of time and then to rush to the hospital, which delayed everything, and finally your son has passed away." Anyways, what is the takeaway from this story? The takeaway is very deep. If you think from the point of view of the man whose son passed away, what happened with him? He was very anxious. He was panicking. He did not know what to do. And in all that situation, finally he picked up something which he shouldn't have had. He reacted in the wrong way. So basically 3 things happened over there. Number 1, he panicked. Number 2, he did not communicate that my son is in the hospital and I want to go to the hospital and all that stuff. Neither did the doctor communicate back. So the doctor also failed to communicate, even the man. And the third one was judgmental. So the man first panicked. After that, he did not communicate. And finally, he became judgmental that this man is wasting my time and I need to reach as quickly as possible. Why am I telling you this story? Because this is the situation of many children in our school. They first panic, especially when it comes to mathematics. Second, they don't communicate. They don't communicate to the teacher. They don't communicate to the parents that they are having problems. And then they say or they pretend as if they know everything. And the third thing, they become judgmental and they say math is very, very difficult. So I can't do it. So today, in this video, I want to pass a message to all the students who get scared about maths. Please don't panic. Please communicate. And please don't be judgmental. So the main keyword today is communication. I pray to all the children who get scared, who feel awkward to ask, who have peer pressure feeling. Please avoid all that. The most important keyword is communication. Only when you communicate, that is the time the teacher and the parent will come to know that you have a problem. And then everyone will be there to help you. But if you do not communicate and you become judgmental and you panic, it becomes very difficult for all of us to help you then. We are there. The teachers are there, the parents are there, everyone is there to help you, provided you communicate. So today I just want to pass a simple message to everybody through this story and the video that please be bold enough, don't feel awkward, don't think about peer pressure, just communicate. The better you communicate, the easier it will be for us to help you. But in the name of non-communication, please don't be lazy. Because there are children who are lazy, who don't want to work hard, and then they say, I was scared to communicate. It should not be mixed up. Yeah? So communicate and don't be lazy. All the best, guys. I hope this video helps you come out of your fear and your mental block for math, and you happen to be more bold enough, and we all can help you there. Bye, take care, and pray for everyone.